Did you know that nearly 45% of salespeople or people in a sales environment are afraid to close? That for me is a frightening statistic. If you're a business owner or a sales manager or the supervisor of a large contact center, that kind of statistic is eating into your sales targets and your ability to hit your targets and beyond. With nearly 45% of salespeople, whether you're an inbound contact center or an outbound contact center or you're receptionist at the front of the office, that's a frightening statistic to see how many sales are not being generated in your business because of fear. Now, for me, when I look at the fear, it's the fear of not being good enough. Perhaps it's a skill that they don't actually know how to close. That's the biggest one for me. They, perhaps know what are in the brochures or the pricing of all the services that you do. However, they don't actually know the strategy of how to ask for the sale. So, it's more than just knowing your product. In fact, I don't need to know how a car is built or how to actually build the car myself to be fantastic at selling cars. I certainly need to know some of the features and benefits of that, but I need to understand the strategy of how to ask for the sale. So for me, most people do all the hard work around product. They do less work around finding out what the customer's needs are and then just kind of skim over the closing for the sale. Usually because of how they're feeling at that point that, oh my God, it's scary. What happens if the customer says no? But if you've actually planned out how to generate a sale in your business, how to open the sale, so if you're in a contact center, how to do an outbound call, what's the purpose for your call, if you're an inbound, how have you addressed the needs of the client, and then you're moving into an upsell component. So you've done the purpose for why you're generating that sale, you've asked lots of questions so you really know what it is they want. Presented the product, and for me that's the one or two key things that they want, not the 50 things that you already have in your business. Then I'd put in a little trial close. Help move them from presenting product to the close with that extra baby step. I do find it reduces that fear factor that a lot of salespeople or receptionists or admin people have, because it kind of bridges them from presenting product to then closing. So put in that little trial close. So how does that sound? Usually a great one I use a lot. Then it's as simple as understanding, what's the buying signal you're getting back from your customer. Then it's just clarifying, so how many items of that product are you purchasing? There's a lot more to it, obviously, about how to get them into a yes pattern, qualifying them along the whole way so the customer really feels that they're involved and highly engaged with the salesperson. However, the key thing is the money is in the close. Until you get that dotted line signed or Visa card or MasterCard payment details, everything else has just helped you along the way, but this is when it's showtime. So look around your team, particularly if you've got, say, a large contact center, or if you've got a large sales team, or even if you've just got one receptionist at the front of your business. How often are they backing out of asking for that sale for fear? Fear of not knowing what to do, how to handle an objection. Are you just leaving it for chance that they'll figure it out? I hope not, because we all know that hope is not a strategy. But really start to sit down with your team and find out, do they have the skills to do it? Do their beliefs support them on doing it? Is it important for them to close the sale? It might be super important for you, for your KPIs or your targets or the fact that you're the owner of the business. But perhaps for your frontline team, yeah, they know they have to do it because it's their job, but you don't really want them to have to do it. You'd want to have them getting clear as to why they want to do it, which is a very different conversation altogether. So don't fall into that statistic of 45% of salespeople are afraid to close due to fear. Find out what their greatest fear is, work through with them how they can resolve and move forward from that, teach them what to do, make sure they've got real clear strategies on how to close, and then role play. And I can see some of you most probably going, oh, I hate role plays. Yeah, I get it. It kind of gives us flashbacks to our childhood. But I tell you what, do you want to practice this live with a customer who may or may not purchase? Now, if you're the business owner, you're thinking, good God, no. If you're a training manager or if you're, a supervisor, you're thinking, oh my gosh, no, we've got our targets are too big to rehearse live with a customer. So do it offline. Do it in a nice, controlled, safe environment and get them used to saying those words. Get them used to asking for the sale. Because guaranteed they've most probably not closed as many sales as they've been rejected from that sale. So they're really good at being rejected, but not as good, or as they haven't built that muscle up of actually closing the sale. So practice, rehearse, role play. Get them to bounce some ideas off with you, write it down. So when they're in the live situation, they're not having to figure it out. It's guaranteed that won't be as easy for them. And it helps you understand more about where your salespeople are, so you can identify what are the potential opportunities to get them upskilled, shift their beliefs, what incentives do you need, so that you really get that beautiful culture in your business of being customer-centric and putting your customers' needs first. But remember, always ask for the sale, because the money is in the close. And don't leave it up to chance, because hope is not a strategy.